Our brave servicemen and women stand ready to defend this nation against any threat, but they cannot prepare for tomorrow's battles if today's training grounds are shackled by outdated, overreaching regulation. The Endangered Species Act, once intended as a shield for vulnerable wildlife, has morphed into a weapon wielded by radical activists and unelected bureaucrats that cripple our military's readiness and draining billions from our defense budget. Consider this. The War Department manages nearly 27 million acres of land, waters, and airspace, which are vital for testing cutting-edge technologies, honing combat skills, and ensuring our forces remain the world's finest. Yet as many as 550 threatened or endangered species call these areas home, which triggers endless ESA restrictions that hamstring essential training and operations. At Fort Huachuca in Arizona, for example, the Sonoran tiger salamander's designated critical wetland habitat requires strict protection measures. That means environmental reviews, limits on land use, construction, water management, and all those delay vital infrastructure projects and constrain training exercises during breeding seasons. On top of that, Fort Huachuca must carry out ongoing monitoring, predator control, habitat management, all under ESA guidelines, which impose onerous constraints on our ability to train and be ready for our warriors. The same can be said about Barium Goldwater Range, also in Arizona. But it's not just Arizona. This happens to Guam as well, for instance. Guam's military installations face extreme ESA-related challenges from the invasive brown tree snake, which has devastated native wildlife and forced costly, elaborate mitigation programs. On Guam, the military must deploy snake-proof fencing, trap and bait programs, train detection dogs to prevent brown tree snake incursions on military equipment and cargo, significantly complicating logistics, readiness, and training activities. This forces the Department of War to divert funds to wildlife management while mission-critical activities grind to a halt. Activist groups exploit the ESA through relentless litigation and red tape, imposing critical habitat designations that do precious little to actually recover species, but everything to block land use and weaken our defenses. They're a direct assault on our national security. And after more than 50 years since its enactment in 1973, the ESA's track record is abysmal. Fewer than 2% of listed species have been delisted. That isn't a success story. That's proof of a flawed perpetual regulatory machine that prioritizes special interest agendas over sound science and our soldiers' needs.